Remy the rat and the bike that wasn't ready. Max was 13. He loved bikes. Not the kind you see in fancy shows, but the kind you build from broken parts and a lot of imagination. In his uncle's garage, Max was working on a beat-up motorcycle. It didn't run yet, but it was close. Every day after school, he adjusted the mirrors, checked the oil, retightened the handlebars, and stared at it. And every time, he said the same thing. "It's not ready." He'd say it while holding the wrench, while staring at the engine, even while daydreaming about riding through the hills outside town. What was he waiting for? He didn't even know. Then one quiet afternoon, Max heard a noise behind a toolbox. He turned around and froze. Out walked a rat. Not an ordinary rat, this one wore a soda cap as a helmet and carried a tiny wrench. "You're overthinking the rear bolt," the rat said. "Tighten it half a turn, not full." Max stared. "Did you just talk?" "Sure did. Name's Remy," the rat said proudly. "Used to race. Back when rats were cooler." Max blinked. "I must be dreaming." "Maybe," Remy said. "But your bike still isn't going anywhere." Max raised an eyebrow. "You're saying you know how to fix this?" "Kid," Remy said, climbing up on the handlebars, "you've been fixing this bike for weeks. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is you're scared to ride." Max didn't respond. Because maybe Remy was right. "Tell you what," Remy said, crossing his tiny arms. "Race me to the end of the block. You on your bike. Me on my board. If you win, I'll stop talking. Forever." Max laughed. "You've got to be kidding." But something inside him, something small but brave, said, "Do it." So Max took a deep breath, turned the key, and the engine started. The bike rattled. It wobbled a little. But it moved. Max rode slowly at first, then faster. The wind hit his face. Remy raced beside him on a tiny skateboard, weaving through leaves. "That's it?" Remy called out. "Now lean left." Max leaned into the turn. It wasn't perfect. He almost fell once. But he was riding. And smiling. For the first time in a long time. Max felt free. They reached the end of the block. Max skidded to a stop, laughing. That was awesome. He turned to Remy. But the little rat was gone. On the bike seat sat a tiny note. Max picked it up and read. "Told you the bike was ready. You just weren't. Remy." Max stood there for a moment. Was Remy even real? Or just his imagination? He didn't know. Didn't need to. He smiled, hopped back on the bike, and took off again, no second guessing, no waiting. Because now he knew something important. You don't always have to feel ready to begin. Sometimes, starting is what makes you ready. Thanks for watching MVN Stories, where every story has a little twist and a big heart. If this one made you smile, hit that like button, subscribe, and come back for more. We'll see you in the next adventure.